mainly for alignment purposes. Now, just to give you an example, imagine I have boxes like this. I have boxes like this, for example, one, two, three, four, five. Now it is showing side by side. I wanted to make it one below the other. Possible? How? Display block, if I give, it will show one below the other. Perfectly fine. If I want side by side, inline block. Perfect. Now I want reverse. Reverse means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 I want. How do I do that? Huh? How? Using. Huh? Hmm. Which property in CSS you use? Position. Perfect. Can be done. What he is saying is, if you want side by side, put it display inline block side by side. You want one below the other, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Display block. But I want reverse means 5 to 1 I want, or 5 to 1 vertical I want. Either 5 to 1, it's like this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 I want it, or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 I want it. Doing this is difficult. Doing this is difficult because display inline left to right will be there, not right to left. Display block top to bottom is there, not bottom. Got the point? So they have created a concept called FlexBox. What? FlexBox. FlexBox means what? Now imagine this is a container or a div, for example. This is a div. Normally, you can display either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. You can display like horizontally or vertically. You can display, but reverse order you cannot display it normally. But if you make this box as a flex box, what? Flex box. Flex means flexible. You can do whatever you wanted. That means uh, left to right you can display if you want, or right to left you can display, or bottom to top you can display, or bottom to top also. Any angle to any angle you can display. This is possible when if you make that box as a flexible box. Flex means flexible. Airplane is there. Right? I'm not talking about normal airplane, civilian airplane. I'm talking about fighter jets like Rafale. Rafale, can it go left to right, right to left, bottom to top, or top to bottom? All this work can be done. Even passenger airplanes also can be done, but pilots won't risk it. There is a risk involved in that. If a pilot wanted to try and if he goes vertically, air hostess will come and said, we have -3 patients, 3 people gone, heart patients. Probably they don't do that. But fighter jets, pilots, they can do that. Abhinandan Vardhaman, you might have heard about it. So, like fighter jet can go left to right, or right to left, or bottom to top, or top to bottom. The contents in that flexible box can be moved in the way you want, and that is possible only if you make that box as flexible. If you make that box as flexible, then only it can be done. Otherwise, it cannot be done. Got my point? So it's like this. Just to give you an example. Earlier phone, earlier phone was different. Um, Camera was different. Alarm was different. Um, Chatting, if you wanted to do chatting, that was different. Earlier. Now, all these things can be done using smartphone. Yes or no? So now, in the same way, earlier, if you wanted to align the items, you can use the display. You can use display. You can use the position. You can use the. There is something called float actually. You can use something called float. There are multiple things are there to align it. But now, instead of using all these things, you can use FlexBox. Using FlexBox doesn't mean you should not use these things. If you want, you can use these things also. Now, for time, we use wristwatch. Now, still people are using wristwatch, even though they can see the phone, time in their phone. People are using wristwatch. There is no rule that you should not use it. Here also the same thing. Now, earlier people were doing like this, different things, but everything can be done using FlexBox now. Got a point? So, what can be done? You take a div, convert that into FlexBox. Then all the content within that FlexBox can be positioned either left to right or right to left, bottom to top or top to bottom. Either way you want. Without FlexBox also can be done. Haven't we used alarms without smartphone? We have used it. But with smartphone that is much better. By old alarms like alarm clocks, probably when you are studying in your exams in your school days, alarm means you put 5 o'clock. If you stop it, gone. The advantage of a smartphone alarm: 5 one alarm, 5:15 one alarm, 5:30 another alarm, 5:45. We believe ourselves. We wanted to make so strong that we have to put more alarms. That is an advantage, right? Without using alarms also, without using smartphone also, we used to keep alarms earlier. But using smartphone has some advantages. Easy. Exactly the same thing here. Without FlexBox also, you can create layouts. Alignments can be done. All these 10 days we have done alignments without FlexBox also. Yes or no? Can be done. But if you use FlexBox, life will be easier. Life will be easier. Understanding what I'm saying? Confusion? That's what. Left to right, right to left, top to bottom, bottom to top. Any in between also is yes, anything can be done. That's why it is called as FlexBox. Now 5 4 3 2 1 is there. You want 3 1 2 4 3 also can be done if you want. First you want 3, then 1, then 4, then 2, then 5 also if you want you can. That is why it is called as flexible. Whatever day you want, you can do it. Got a point? What is the purpose of FlexBox? Only images. Only text. Content is the generic term. So, FlexBox makes alignments of content much easier. FlexBox makes alignments of the content much easier. See, from past 100 years, these airplanes are there. Yes or no? Or trains are there, or vehicles are there, like two-wheelers. Before 100 years back, they wanted to go to another place. How do they do? They were doing it, but this makes our life easier. Get my point? Now, Adi Shankaracharya, have you heard about Adi Shankaracharya? Or let us take Lord Rama. When Sita was kidnapped, it took so much time for Lord Rama to come to Sri Lanka and get her back. But now, we really need too much time. Now, if something happens like this, Rama can take Rafale jet with the nuclear heads, come and throw. No need to travel also. Now, our capacity is around 3,000 kilometers, 4,000 kilometers is there. There from Rafale jet itself, press the one button, gone. King Ravana can be gone. Understanding what I'm saying? Technology makes things simpler only. Makes things simpler. Now we are using projector for classes. 100 years back, no electricity. That means no classes. If you are using boards, got my point? Exactly the same. With FlexBox also, layouting can be done. Without FlexBox also, layouting can be done. But with FlexBox, life will be a bit easier. Understanding what I'm saying? Now you have two-wheeler. With the two-wheeler also you can come to office. By walk also you can come to office. Why are you choosing two-wheeler than walk? Of course, it takes time, but we can start 2 hours early. Why are we not doing that? It takes more efforts. Come to office through walking takes more efforts. It's not about time actually. It takes more efforts. We want a simpler way. Exactly the same. Now we are paying electricity bill through UPI apps like PhonePay or Google Pay. Earlier, uh, earlier e-seva or me-seva, but before that you have to go to electricity office. In e-seva, you can pay electricity bill, water bill, telephone bill, everything you can pay. But before that, for electricity bill, you have to go to electricity office. For telephone bill, you have to go to telephone office. Water bill, water office. Like that, we have to go. Then also people are paying. Now also people are paying. But now how people are paying? Yes, sir. Yeah. They put very less efforts. Automatically, this phone pay reminds you you have 600 rupees internet bill. Pay done. Then 2,000 rupees credit card bill. Pay done. Then 500 rupees telephone bill. Pay done. Just matter of 2 minutes, you can pay all the three bills also. Got a point? Makes it easier. Here also the same thing without FlexBox also. Layouting can be done, but if you use FlexBox, making layouts are easier. Got it? So let us have a look into it. Before the FlexBox layout module, there were 4 layout modes. Blog for sections in web page, inline for text, table for two-dimensional data, position for explicit position of an element. Position we have worked, inline we have worked, block we have worked, table we haven't worked. That will be working at later on. So earlier people were using these four combinations to, to create layouts. But the flexible box layout module makes it easier. That means without this also can be done. But makes it easier to design flexible, responsive layout structure without using float or position. That means there is no rule that you should not use. Still we can use it. Got a point? Okay, flexible we understood. Flexible means left to right, right to left, top to bottom, bottom. What is responsive means? Responsive is another concept. Responsive means the layout of your web page should be adjusted according to the space within the browser. That means what? Can we open Amazon in your smartphone? Can you open it in tablet? Can we open it in laptop? Out of these three things, which is bigger screen? Laptop is bigger screen. Can we open it in TV? Which is bigger screen? TV is bigger screen. TV 32-inch TVs are there, 41-inch are there, 49-inch are there, 50, 60, 70, 80-inch are also there. So if you take Amazon, it works in a 5-inch device also it works. 55-inch TV also it works. How do they do? They create separate for separate sizes. They create only one application in such a way that it works on different sizes of the browser device, different sizes of the device basically. That is called responsive. That is called response. Adjustability, I'm going to say in this case. Adjusting according to the available space. So using FlexBox, layout creation is not only easier, but we can also make it responsive. We can also make it responsive. Also, just to show you an example, I am opening website brninfotech.com. A normal website, you can see it here. But observe here, I am just reducing the width. Are you able to see it is adjusting the content? Are you able to see it is adjusting? This is called responsive. I have reduced the width of it. Still the content is adjusting accordingly. How come this is fixed here? Even I scroll, it is not moving. This part. Position fixed, that's it. Got a point? Now see, these two things are showing one below the other. But if I increase the width, right by side, it's showing side by side. This is called responsive. It's called responsive. We will be learning how to create a responsive layouts also in future sessions. Basically, there is a CSS concept called media queries. What? Media queries. We'll be working on that. Okay. So the FlexBox properties are supported in all modern browsers. start using FlexBox, you need to first define a Flex container. Right? Now, let us start working on it. Meanwhile, I have been creating index dot create a file actually. It is updating actually. Visual Studio Code. In this, I am creating index.html. So, if you observe, we have started working with what is the purpose of HTML, then started creating HTML, then beautification. Now we are working under alignments. If you observe yesterday and today, we are working on alignments part. But tomorrow also we'll be working on alignments part. Which is important? Creation is important, or beautification is important, or alignment is important? All are important. Which is important? Brain is important, or heart is important, or nose is important? All are important. Everything has its own purpose. A brain is there, heart is there, but no lungs are there. What is the use? Brain is there, lungs are there, no heart is there. Heart is there, lungs are there, no brain is there. Still no use. Everything has its own purpose. Everything is important. Okay. So I have created index.html. I have typed HTML5. So we are going to work on FlexBox. So now I wanted to create a div here. I wanted to create a div. Inside this div, I wanted to show some content, like just one I wanted to show. Like this, I wanted to show multiple. Now, can I keep all these divs in another div? Okay. Then if I open the HTML page which I have created, are you able to see here? Just 1, 2, then the numbers are showing. Why is it showing one below the other? Block. Why it is block? Of what? Default value of? For what? For what? Default value of display block for what? Div. The default display value of div is block. That's why it is showing one below the other. Everything is inside divs only. Div display value is block. That's why it is showing one below the other. Now what I will do, let me create a CSS file and let me link it. Linking CSS. Then what I will do, I'll create a CSS called box. Some box I'm giving it. Then it is with the 100 pixel, right? 100 pixel color, orange color. I'm giving it. And this box CSS class I wanted to apply to thing. Let's say, now it is showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are able to see. But I wanted to give some, I just give this as a background. Now it is showing like this. Now can I give borders to it? So I'm coming here. Say border pixel solid uh, 10 boxes. Text is also displaying, but I feel text is showing small, very small. Let me increase it. So I'll say font size 3 RE. Probably I can give 4 REM also. 4 REM. I wanted to make it center text line. Now tell me why these boxes are showing one below the other. Because all the numbers are inside div. Div display value is block. Now I want side by side. How? Inline or inline block? Okay, what I will do, I'll say display inline I'll give. Let us see what happens. Display inline I am giving. Right now it is showing 1 to 10. That means it is showing like this. Vertical only it is showing. Now I have given inline. I have refreshed it. Now it is showing horizontal. Okay. Display inline is recommended or inline block is recommended. Why? Everything maintains same width. Now for one it is taking less width, then it is taking more width. But if I give inline block, same width. So now top to bottom I can show by making it a display block. Left to right I can show. Now I want right to left. Then how do I do that? Position I have to do. I have to give position for each and every element. If it is 10, 10 I have to give. 10 IDs I have to give. Then 10 for things I have to give. If I have 20 elements, 20 I have to give. Still can be done, but it is a laborious work. So much of work we have. Or even if we wanted to show reverse, still can be done, but so much of work we have to do it. Got my point? So what I'm trying to say is using the traditional approaches like position, like display block or inline, you can show left to right or top to bottom only, top to bottom only. But you want all the four directions. The traditional properties can be used, but it is complicated. You have to write lots of. By using display flex in all the four directions, you can use it. All the four directions you can use it. How? Now, see here, all these divs, all these divs are part of another div. All these divs are part of another div, and I am giving ID to it. ID you can give a class. I can give called container. What? Container. Now, what I'll do? I'll apply container CSS. Then I'll say background color. Added to some color name I have. Now it is displaying like this. Background color came. So whichever is showing in this light green color, that is container. Whichever is showing in orange color, that is boxes. Understanding? Now I wanted to make this box, this container flexible. I wanted to make this container flexible. How do I make this container flexible? By mentioning display value to flex. Remember, a few days back we have discussed that. Display block, inline block we have discussed. Flex is something we are going to discuss at that point of time. Now we are going to discuss. Now display flex I have given for container. Now this container becomes a flex box. This container becomes flex box, and these items within that flex box is called flex items. What? Flex items. That means like this one is actually flex container. This one is actually flex container. But this one, all these things, flex items. What? Flex items. These are called flex items only if it is part of flex container. And that is called a flex container only if display value is flex button. Got my point? See, bus is there. You are standing next side to the bus. Are you called as passenger? No. Once you sit in your seat in bus, then you are called as passenger. Understanding what I am saying? Exactly the same thing. If these boxes or the content inside the flex box, flex container is called flex items. Understanding? And flex box or flex container means display value is flex, that is called as flex container. Got your point? Confusion? Now, how many flex containers do we have? One. How many flex items do we have? 10. Perfect. We have one flex container, we have 10 flex items. Now, what is the specialty of flex box or flex container? Flexible. That means left to right can be done, right to left can be done, top to bottom can be done, bottom to top can be done. Now, let us see that. Okay. Now, what I will do here, if I, yes, we can reduce it because I have given div. Div means normally takes full width, and we have given the flex container. Display flex we have given. You can give width and height up. Okay. Yes. Now to show you, I'll give width 400 pixels I have given. Now it is like this. Now you'll understand. We have just started only. You'll be understanding that. Now we have created like this. Now first I want to check how flexible it is. I wanted to try all the possibilities. Left to right I wanted to try, right to left I wanted to try, top to bottom I wanted to try, bottom to top I wanted to try. All these things I wanted to try. If you make your container as a display flex, there are certain properties available. Now let us see their documentation. The flex container. Now we are talking about flex container. We have understand the difference between flex container and flex item. Like now see here, like we specified in the previous chapter, this is a flex container, the blue area, with three flex items. White. Is there any rule that I must use the same colors or same number? Understanding the concept is important. The flex container becomes flexible by setting display property to flex. Whenever you make display property to flex, then only it is flexible. So a div is like a iron rod. Flexible or non-flexible? Non-flexible. Display flex is like heat. If you put the heat to iron rod, what happens? It becomes flexible. Exactly the same thing. By default, div is like a iron rod, which is not flexible. That's why hero users in the fighting, villains comes with some weapons. When villain comes on attack on the hero, what he will do? He will look for it. That office boy, that film crew might have kept some weapons to them. Then he will go and set that iron rod and he will hit all the villains. Understanding? Exactly the same thing. Now, div is non-flexible by default. By making display flex to the div, it becomes flexible. Right? Once it becomes flexible, we can apply these CSS properties. The flex container properties are flex direction, flex wrap, flex flow, justify content, align items, align content. These are the few properties we are going to discuss about. First, flex direction. Flex direction property controls us whether you want it to show left to right or right to left or top to bottom or bottom to top. Understanding what I'm saying? So what I will do here, I'll say flex direction. We have four possible values here. Flex direction has four possible values. Just four directions we want. Left to right, if you want it to move, we call it as row. What? Row. If you give flex direction row, it shows the content in left to right. The default. If you want right to left, what? Row reverse. Row means left to right. Row reverse means right to left. If you want it to show top to bottom, then column. Bottom to top, perfect. Column. Now let us try. I'll say flex direction row I am giving. Come here and refresh. What you can see? Any change? No. Why? Default is row only. Now I'll try to give row reverse. Now see what? 10 to 1. Left to right, row. Right to left, row reverse. I want it to show top to bottom. Then column. 1 to 10. I want 10 to 1. Then column. 10 to. If I wanted to do like this, 10 to 1, without help of FlexBox, still I can do. I have to write position, then relative. Then for 10 IDs, 10 boxes, 10 IDs I have to give. I have to write a lot. Yes, you can do that. I have to write a lot. If I wanted to go to the 10th floor without lift, a lot we can go, but you have to put lots of efforts. But now going to the 10th floor is the biggest deal. No. Imagine, as I said earlier, if you go to the 10th floor without lift, for example, you will tell that throughout your lifetime, I have been to 10th floor without lift. I have been to 10th floor without lift. With the lift, 10-year-old kid also can go. Makes it easier. Here also the same thing. Whether it is aligning left to right or right to left or top to bottom or bottom to top is easier using FlexBox. Understanding what I'm saying? And this flex direction property is applicable only if display value is flex. Yesterday we have discussed about position, relative, static, dynamic, absolute, not dynamic, position, static, relative, absolute, fixed, sticky. And left, right, top, bottom won't be applicable if it is position static. Here also the same thing. If display value is not flex, these things are not applicable. Got it? Understood what is the flex direction? And next we have one more is there, flex wrap. So let us look at into flex direction. The flex direction property defines in which direction the container wanted to stack the flex items. Now it is showing top to bottom. That means which one? Column. The column value stacks the flex items vertically from top to bottom. And the column reverse value stacks the flex items vertically from bottom to top. The same way row means left to right, row reverse means right to left. Understood? Next, flex wrap property. The flex wrap property specifies whether the flex items should wrap or not. What exactly this wrap means? Now it's like this. Even have you heard about word wrap in MS Word? If you keep on typing it, once it reaches the end, it automatically comes to the next line. That is called wrap. Now observe here, just to show you. Even here also we have. Are you able to see word wrap here? Now just to show you, I have deselected this word wrap. Now word wrap is not there. Now what I will do, I will create a paragraph. Lorem 300 I am typing. Now see, everything is in single line because word wrap is not there. Word wrap means once it reaches the end, it takes us to the next line. Now what I will do, I will make it the word wrap. Now right now this paragraph is in only 11th line. If I click on view word wrap, now see, it's still in 11th line only, but it is taken to the next line. Adjusting the content according to the available space. This is called word wrap. Here, here is wrapping about words. They are wrapping about flex items. So here we have a property called flex wrap. There we are wrapping words. That's a word wrap. Here we are wrapping flex items. So that's a flex wrap. Now there are multiple values for this. Wrap is there, no wrap is there, wrap reverse is there. Three possible values. Flex direction we have covered. Flex wrap. We have no wrap is one of the possible values. Wrap is one of the possible values. Wrap reverse. One of the possible values. Now let us give no wrap. Let us give no wrap. That is the default value. That means what? You know, I am giving to the container flex wrap no wrap. It's wrap. I'm saying no wrap. Now observe the behavior, and for our understanding, I'll make it the flex direction row horizontal. Sure. Let me remove this paragraph. Now 1 to 10 it is showing. Now the flex wrap value is no wrap. That means, now see here, up to this the space is sufficient for 1 to 10. From this space will be sufficient. If I reduce more, no. But still it adjusts within it. Have you observed it? It is trying to adjust. called no wrap. Of course, adjusting, but certain limit will be there. He's trying to adjust it. This is called no wrap. Yes or no? But now see the behavior. I instead of no wrap, I'll give another value called wrap. I'll be refreshing. You see the difference. Have you observed any difference? It is not adjusting. It is automatically going to the next line. Was like this. If I reduce it, it is going to the next line. Understanding? Just to give you an example, I'm giving an example. Okay. In olden days, mummy prepare food for the family. Earlier was difficult. Situations were different. Now situations are different. If you put that button in 10 minutes, that biryani will come. People who already ate, mommy, for us white rice, you are biryani rice. Huh? Understanding? Exactly. Now, wrap means if space is not sufficient, don't adjust. Go to the next line. That's what this means. Now see. Now see. Earlier, width of 1 to 10 is was reducing. No, it is not reducing, it is going to the next line. Got my point? Earlier, I'm giving an example. If 6 people, or imagine, for example, if 5 people go for some vacation, right? 5 people go for a vacation. Earlier, what people used to do, 5 people used to adjust in the same room. Now, separate, separate. We have one more is there. Wrap reverse. What is this wrap reverse? Now, see here. If I shrink it, 10 is coming below. Like this. This is a wrap. Now, I'll be giving wrap reverse. Giving wrap reverse. Now, I'm refreshing it. Let us refresh. What's the difference? Earlier 159 it was there. Now 951. It is a instead of going down, it is going up. Wrap reverse means. Got the difference? See, it was like this. Earlier it was fully shrinking. First scenario. Then second scenario it was going down. Space is not sufficient. Now it is going up. Space is not sufficient. That is wrap reverse. Understanding what I'm saying? Confusion? Clear? So we have covered flex direction, flex wrap. And the flex flow is also there. Flex flow is nothing but short form of both. In flex flow, the first value is direction, the second value is wrap. We call it as shorthand. What? Shorthand. If I wanted to give padding left, padding right, padding top, padding bottom, 4 I can give. What is the shorthand for that? Just padding. It can be applicable for all the 4. Here also, flex flow is the shorthand for flex direction and flex wrap. Either you use flex direction, flex wrap in 2 lines, or you both can write it in single. I recommend you to use a flex direction and a flex wrap instead of flex flow. Why? You can understand it in a much better way, at least initially. Next, justify content and align it. What? Justify content and align items. We are going to look into it. I am clicking on justify content. What is justify content does? The justify content property is used to align flex item. Flex items means content inside the flex container. It's called flex items. Now I am using divs, so you can understand it easily. It can be labels, it can be anything. Images also it can. So what is the justify content property? Thus, the justify content property is used to align the flex items. Now let us try this. So basically, the justify content property is used to align the flex items. Along with this, we have one more property is there. What? Align items. What exactly this align items does? The align items property is used to align the flex items. The justify content property are also used to align the flex items. The align items also property used to align the flex items. Why two? Understanding what I'm saying? Both are doing the same thing or not? Why two? Why two? Okay. Now, what is the purpose of army? Let's flow, and we are going to learn these to justify content and align items. I have just given the introduction. I'm going to cover justify content deals alignment, vertical or horizontal. Align items deals alignment, vertical or horizontal. Now let us deal with it. Now, justify content. The justify content property is used to align the flex items, right? Uh, like this. An item. Okay. If justify content deals horizontally, align items deals vertical alignment. And if justify content deals vertical alignment, then align content deals horizontal. Got my point? And which one has to deal which one is depending upon flex direction. What? Flex direction. This is the main thing actually. Flex direction we have row, row reverse, column, column reverse. So if flex direction is row or row reverse, justify content deals horizontally, align item deals vertically. Understanding? If flex direction is column or column reverse, align item deals justify content align it, okay. Column or column reverse, justify content deals vertically. Probably you might get a bit confusion now, but gradually you will get understand. Once you have to work a bit 3-4 times, you want to understand its behavior. Okay. I'm giving you like this. See, your friend called you, or you are going to use this justify content. To understand justify content, I have to do some changes here. Now it is like this. Container, I'm giving wrap. Flex wrap, I have given it. I'm giving width 1200 pixel. I have given it. Some pixel width I have given, and I wanted to use some pixel height also. 900 I have given. Probably 900 is more. I'll give. Now the color which is in green is actually flex container. These 10 items are flex items. Okay. Now what I will do, I will change this. Just commenting it. Now we have how many flex items? Only 3. Now I have done some changes to this flex box and number of items, so you can understand it easily. There is no rule that you should do. If I do like this, you can understand it easily. Okay. Now again, I am telling you justify content, whether it should take horizontally or vertically depending upon flex direction. This align items, whether it should take vertically or horizontally depending upon flex direction. This is the most important. Now, if flex direction is row, if flex direction is row, justify content deals horizontal, align items deals vertical. Understanding what I am saying? Now see here. Flex direction is row. Now I'll say justify content. Now we have something called start or center or end. Now I'm giving end. Refresh it. Able to see. So justify content. Now flex direction is row. Justify content is dealing horizontally. Horizontally starting means this. Center means this. End means this. Now it is dealing end only. It is going end only. Yes or no? Now justify content is dealing horizontally. Align items vertically. Now what I will do, I'll say align items. Again I can give start, center and end. Align items means vertically it is dealing. Start means this. Center means this. End means this. Understanding what I'm saying? Yes or no? Now I am giving align items also end. End I am giving it. End also you can give, flex end also you can give. Why it is displaying here? Horizontally also end, vertically also end. Like this. I wanted to display here. Then which is center? Horizontally center, vertically stop. Perfect. So horizontally center means justify content center. Line items start. Now I wanted to display here. Then which is start, which is middle. So justify content start. Line item. There is no middle, center is there. Understanding what I am doing? One is justify content is dealing horizontally. Line item dealing vertically. Now I can specify. Now I want here to be displayed. Then justify content and justify content and line items. Let us price start. That is the starting point. That is vertically center. Understanding the concepts here. Confusion? No confusion. If confusion is there, that means we are on right track. If confusion is not there, either you are too intelligent or I am too intelligent in explaining. Got your point? Yeah. Understanding what I am saying? If you don't understand, still don't worry. You have to practice it, implement it. Then only you can learn chess by seeing or by playing. Playing here also same. Everything looks easy in the session because I am the one who is doing. Yes or no? You might be seeing in circus. People will be jumping from the top to this top and swinging. We'll enjoy it. Yes or no? It's enjoyment for us. For them, it is risky. Walking on the rope. We'll say clap. Wow, super. Walk again. Do one more time. We may say, but for them it is difficult. Here also the same thing. Whoever is doing for them, you find it difficult. Why it is difficult? Because you have to take decisions. Got the point? You have to. Whoever is taking decision, their knowledge should be proper. Then only that decision will come. Both start only. Line item start. Just content start. Line item also start. You can use start or flex start. Anything you start. Understanding what I'm saying? Confusion? Clear? Now I will change the flex direction value. I will change the flex direction value. I will change the flex direction value to row reverse. I will change the flex direction value to row reverse. Till now we have tried row. Now we are trying row reverse. Now I am refreshing it. What is happening? Reverse it is showing 1, 2, 3 is showing. Understanding what I am saying? Now I wanted to display here. Then justify content. Justify content. Don't find any difference. You will find the difference in this one. was 1 to 3 earlier, now it is 3 to 5. Understood row and row reverse? Right? Row means, justify content takes horizontally, ln items takes vertical. Row means you might have seen it in table. Row means this. In table, column means this. If flex direction is row, justify content is horizontal, ln items is vertical. If a flex direction is a column, then that's now let us try. I'm giving column. Column. I'm refreshing it. Now I wanted to display here like this. Like this. Then which is center. Now flex direction is column. Justify content is dealing. Now justify content enter line items. End or flex end anything. Got the point here. Now I wanted to display. This is a starting. This is center. This is end. Normally. So yes, Vishal, do you have any question?
Sir, will you repeat again?
Here you can use start or flex start, center or flex center, or end or flex. Anything you can use it. And remember, when it comes to FlexBox, you have to remember it. Basic tables. Let me show you here itself. Or we can see tables in our pulse only. See, this is the table, and this is called as row. Row vertical will be there or horizontal will be there? Horizontal will be there. Row is horizontal. Yes or no? That's why for justify content they are assigning horizontal. It's like this. Flex direction row. Row means horizontal only. That's why for justify content they are assigning horizontal. Remaining is what? Vertical. So ln items is vertical. Now if a flex direction column will be vertical or horizontal? Vertical. That's why justify content will be vertical. Remaining will be horizontal. You have to understand this logic. Everything is flex direction centered. Whether it is justify content or align items left to right, right to left, everything is based on this. See, the whole car moves left. Yes or no? Exactly the same. Or for front wheels, you have to take left steering, and for back wheels, you have to take right steering. Do that? Can you do that? Row means horizontal, column means vertical. And the possible values are center, like start, end, start, center, and end. But of course, other possible values are also there. Center we have tried, start we have tried, end we have tried, and we haven't tried space around. We haven't tried space between. We haven't tried space around and space between. Let us try these things also. Now what I will do, I'll say flex direction row, justify content, align item, and let it be both start from now. So it is displaying like this. Okay, justify content row, flex the flex direction row, justify content start, align item start. Now we have tried starting, center, and end. Now there is one more thing called space around, and we have one more thing called space between. We will try space between for justify content. For justify content, instead of start, I will give space between. I am giving space between. Observe the difference. I am refreshing it. There is space coming between the items. If I add fourth, still for that also the space will come. Now I'll come here. I'll just 4 and 5 also have enabled it. Space is coming between the flex items. This is space between. We have space around is also there. What? Space around. Space around means space will come for the first and fifth also. Now there is no space between first and fifth. In between only we have. Now if I give space around, now see the difference. I am refreshing it. Now, space. Here is also there. Here is also. Got my point? Clear? So we have worked on start, center, and end only. Not only that, we have space around is there, space between is also. For justify content. For justify content. For align items, center we have tried, start we have tried, end we have tried. We have two more things are there, end and stretch and baseline. These are the two things are there. The stretch value stretches the flex items to fill the container. Now align items, I'll try to give stretch. What is happening? You have to stretch it. Is it happening like that? Why it is not happening like that? Not with height. Because we have given fixed width and height here. We have given these things, that's why. Now I'll just comment this. Stretching. It is not stretching because of these things. Now, even though you give stretch, that is not affecting because that is taking priority. Width and height is taking priority. Because that is more specific than this. Understanding what I'm saying? Confusion? Understood what is stretch? And we have one more is there, baseline. Uh, the example uses the different font size to demonstrate that the items get aligned based on the text baseline. So, baseline you can understand only if you maintain different sizes of the text. According to that, it will be taken. That is a baseline. Probably we will try it. I'll give. I wanted to give inline style, font size. We have given 4 REM, right? I'll give 1 REM. This. Individually, I am assigning it. This will take priority inline. REM. Have given different font sizes purposefully, and for this container, giving elevator baseline like this. Are able to see it is actually positioning based on the font size. This is the see here. This is the line actually where this one font, two font, three, four, five, everything is going. This is the baseline here. Are able to see it? Two is also touching. One is also touching. Three, four, five is also touching. Now, I am giving you an example like this. You are, recently we have finished Diwali. It is back a month back. So Ravan Dahan is there. So everybody gathered. Everybody gathered to see it. You can see it, but imagine kids are not able to see it. What do? You will take them and you will just hold them with hands and you will show them. You are increasing the height for that kid. Why are you not doing the same thing for your wife? She is height enough to see. For kid, it's not height enough. Exactly the same thing. Got a point? According to the height of the font, it is adjusting. Don't use this, but I'm just showing. Baseline is the one we don't use much. If you are lucky enough, you got the requirement for you, then probably we need to do that. The content we call it as flex items, and you can position left to right, or right to left, or top to bottom, or bottom to top, with wrap, or without wrap, or with wrap reverse. You can give spacing between the items, space around the items. So many things can be done. Got your point? Clear? We have one more is there, align content, that will be dealing in our next session. Again, I am telling you, you have to work on this not even a single time. That's why you have lots of confusion. But if you practice it multiple times, you will understand. It is the combinations actually. These are the 5 to 6 combinations we have. See, flex direction, flex wrap, justify content, align item. These 4 combinations only right now we are working. Flex flow is just shorthand. Understanding what I'm saying? So these 4 combinations we have to use it. Now you are playing the carom board. Remove all those things. I've changed it so you can understand baseline. Now if you observe here, this one is showing horizontally center or not, vertically center. Are you sure? Horizontally center it is showing, vertically it is not showing center. How to make that center? This is the box. I'll say display level block I have given for this also. I'll say display flex. Then justify flex direction row. That is the default one anyway. Just flex direction row means justify content is dealing horizontally. So I'll say center horizontally. Align items is dealing vertically. Center horizontally. Now see here, I'm refreshing it. Now horizontal center or vertical center? Both centers. Now this itself is a FlexBox-1. Has anyone said that you should not use the FlexBox inside another FlexBox? You can put a box inside a box, no? Understanding what I'm saying? Now horizontal also center, vertical center. I wanted to try whatever I have tried like this. I want you to create a box like this. Then flex direction, row, then justify content. Okay, understood the task? We have one more is there, align content. I am not covering today because you may confuse with align items and align content. That's why I will cover it later tomorrow.